I have a delivery for you.
Why does he keep shuddering like that?
A
It's very,
delivery?
probably from...
When did the U.S. Postal Service start delivering mail to Arcadia?
It's from the map merchant at the market. It's just a map.
Oh, good. I've been waiting. Hold your horses. What are you doing working for the guild? Are you planning on staying in Mercuria?
Apparently the guild's not exactly
strongly
pleasant
advise
people.
against it, Miss Ryan.
Pleasant people, really?
Arcadia may look like a pastoral fairy tale realm, but it's not. You bleed as easily here as you do in Stark, and magic can do more damage than a gun.
I'm not planning on
That's
staying.
not the truth.
But I had to find you. The map merchant was the only one who knew where you lived, and he wouldn't tell me. So I got him to hire me, and you were the second delivery on my list.
Gods. Carrick and his misguided loyalty. I'll have a word with the man. Thanks for the map, though. I collect them. There's not much else to do in this godforsaken city.
Huh. Interesting.
I should get going.
Very well. You're welcome back at any time, Miss Ryan. Anytime.
Thank you, sir. I'll remember that.
And then I'll speak to you about Cortez after I get you to sign this friggin' thing. I swear to God, if you don't sign this delivery list, you have a
Sign
specific
this, please.
request.
It's just to confirm that I made the delivery.
Certainly.
Oh, thank God.
Hello, Mr. Westhouse?
Great day.
Back again so soon, Miss Ryan?
Yes, I must speak to you about Cortez.
Cortez told me to look you up.
After I got you to sign the
He
friggin' thing.
did he? I see. Who's Cortez?
You don't know him?
I think not. I'd certainly remember. Did you say Cortez? You wouldn't be talking about old Manny Chavez, would you?
Manny
Well,
Chavez.
he ought to be dead by now, but then, by all rights, so should I.
I don't know his first name, but he calls himself Cortez.
Tall fella, mysterious and elusive. Rarely answers a question with a simple yes or no. Smokes like a chimney.
Aside from that bit about smoking like a chimney, it sounds exactly like Cortez.
Manny, I'll be damned. That old crook is still around. Well, how the devil is he?
He's good. Where do you know him from?
Oh, my old life back in Stark. We had some exciting adventures, him and I.
Good God,
Actually, as far as the
1934.
reason I ended up here, I last saw him in the winter of 1934.
Huh.
But that's almost 300 years ago.
Yeah. Funny, isn't it? And I'm sure he doesn't look a day older than he did back then. The handsome devil.
Well, if I'm going to accept magic in parallel worlds, I might as well accept people living 300 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, you misunderstand. I'm only 46. I arrived here about 15 years ago, but I left Stark in 1934. Between the worlds, where you dream time has little meaning, I was trapped, you see, for quite a while.
Huh.
300 years?
Jesus.
Time went by pretty fast. It seemed so bad at the time, but now that you mention it, 300 years, quite disconcerting, really. Quite disconcerting.
That's pretty mildly.
How did you end up here in
Oh, great.
Mercuria?
Hiccups.
That's quite a story. I won't bore you with the details, but suffice it to say, I was always somewhat of an adventurer. The promise of virgin territory untouched by civilization held great sway with me in my youth, as did the idea of a highly spiritual state of mind. The occult, magic, karma.
I take it that changed.
I was born in 1902 in Boston. By the time I was 17, I'd put that life behind.
Huh.
I spent the next 3 years at sea, and then I wandered around Europe for a time.
Goodness. Oops.
In the early 30s, the
Fix it.
1930s, of course, I found myself in India, working
Why
as
does she
a
have so crooked?
journalist. That's where I met Manny, and that's where I first heard of Arcadia. I was amazed and quite skeptical at first, but the thought of a whole new world to see and magic... I was a fool, of course, but who knew where my curiosity would bring me?
True that.
So what happened in India?
Yes, because we were Arcadia.
I've tried to forget about it, to be honest. If I could go back and convince myself not to... but I still wouldn't have listened, of course. The unknown tracks.
Very true.
I ended up in Tibet in the winter of 34.
Especially me. Great, I'm the female version of this guy.
Thinking for sure that this was it, and I was going to die. Manny pulled me out of that one, thank God. I spent 3 months in a monastery before pushing on into the void. There's only one way for a non-shifter to pass through the divide, and it's not an easy road to take.
What exactly did you have to do?
If you don't mind, I'd prefer not to talk about the past anymore. There's more than enough to worry about in the present.
That's true. Unless you have PTSD.
Cortez said to look you up when I wanted to go back home, to Stark.
Now, why would he say that? I'm not a shifter, and I don't know any magic. I'm sorry, Miss Ryan, but you'd be better off asking the Sentinel priests for assistance.
Already did. They said I was on my own, that they couldn't help me.
Bloody typical. Those reactionary fools wouldn't extend a hand to help a drowning man if it violated the principles of their bloody balance.
Interesting.
But I can't think why Manny would tell you to visit me in order to shift home. It just doesn't make sense.
Oh, so...
I should get going.
All right.
Well, it could make sense. Let's see. Do I have anything I can show to him? Wonder if this will... Nope. I'm just curious. No, this was a monkey eye I was meant for the entire time. And the organic plastic. And the push pin. And the freaking candy. I'm fairly certain none of this is going to work, but I'm still, you know, curious. I'm sorry, I'm entertaining myself far too much right now. Brian Westhouse, will you marry me? Even though you're 300 some odd years older than me.
Hold on 1 second.
Really?
And I just remembered something.
Of course you did.
Such a long time ago, I'd almost forgotten. Manny did give me something that might
Oh
be
my
of
god,
interest.
dude. You're drinking way too much.
What is it?
And she comes running right
It's
back.
a pocket watch. Manny gave it to me the last time I saw him. I never quite understood why,
Pocket watch.
but maybe you can tell me.
Did he say anything about it?
He said that when his heart started beating again, he would know.
Yeah.
It would be like a message in Morse code, a beacon.
Huh.
Damn watch never worked, and the winding mechanism is broken, so it's probably not worth much. You're welcome to it if it's any help.
Huh.
Thanks.
I wonder if I can combine it with anything I currently have. I wouldn't recommend sticky candy for obvious reasons. But let's check it out. Oops.
It's an antique pocket watch. It's not ticking.
Obviously.
The knob used for winding the watch seems to have broken off, and there's only a tiny hole left.
A tiny hole. Wonder if we could use the blade of this leaf to... Apparently not. Oh, push pin. Derp.
If I insert this pin carefully into the hole...
I immediately go to the blade of the leaf when I have a
and
push
then
pin.
slowly wind it.
Yeah.
It worked.
That was
It's
just depressing.
ticking.
Wow.
I did it. It's a shift. I can go home.
By God, it's a shift. I haven't seen one for ages.
Why don't you come back with me, Mr. Westhouse? You could say hello to your old friend, Manny.
If I tried to step through that, Miss Ryan, I would suffer a most unpleasant experience. And I would be lost in the between forever. Besides, I built this house with my own 2 hands. I wouldn't want to leave it to these barbarians. And what does your Stark have to offer me? This world is more recognizable to me now. Now you go ahead, Miss Ray, and go back. And don't let your curiosity of the unknown tempt you into making another shift.
Thanks for your help.
It's always
Say
warning
hello
me
to
against
Manny
coming back
for me.
here.
Tell him I'm doing all right. And then I said, thanks.
Huh. Wonder if he's going to take that. Hello. How long were you standing here for?
Oh, God, it's real. It's all true. I saw it. I saw the other world. Arcadia. Either I'm going crazy
My monkey is still
or
there.
you're right about everything.
Let's hope for the latter, mi amiga. So
I
gather your
love
trip was a
this
success.
VA.
Success? My whole world has been turned topsy-turvy, so I don't think success is the right word. Nothing about it makes sense. Fact is, I don't believe in magic.
The sun does not need you to believe in it to rise in the morning, señorita. You have seen the truth with your own 2 eyes. I can do nothing more to convince you. It is up to you now.
Well, do I have a choice? I have to believe at least some of it. My life wouldn't make much sense otherwise.
True that.
You are a true skeptic, April. Está bien. We need your kind to balance the hopeless romantics like myself.
You helped me back, didn't you?
To shift. See? The power is yours, yes. But for now, you need me to focus your powers to call forth your dreams.
Why did it all
Dreams?
tap?
Yes.
That was
To
weird.
travel from one world to the next, you must pass
And it
through
all
the
just
world
shows
of
a little
dreams.
block of
It is the
Cortez
only
and
way.
Ryan.
You are
April.
capable of opening a shift on your own, but you might not be able to.
What do you mean?
The
So I
power.
don't see anything else
The
except for
magic
that
is
tiny
within
little
you.
box.
And when you sleep, sometimes you open the portal without even being aware of it. But when you're awake, it's more difficult. With practice.
Oh,
you
that
will
explains everything. And I'm
I
being
don't
serious,
think
not
I want to
sarcastic.
do it.
You must. The worlds depend on it.
Her so-called nightmares and why she always wakes up in her pajamas and then
Who are you really, Cortez?
quote
Excuse
unquote
me.
nightmares.
People knew you over there in Arcadia. Tobias. He didn't know you by your real name, but he did know you. And Mr. Westhouse, he knew you too, as Chavez. But several hundred years ago.
So my secrets are being revealed, are they?
Yes, yes they
I
are.
wouldn't say that, because you're still a mystery to me. More so.
Good. You see, señorita, mystery is important. To know everything, to know the whole truth is dull. There is no magic in that. Magic is not knowing. Magic is wondering about what and how and where.
I can agree with this.
I'd settle for the truth, just to be able to know you. Because, honestly, I don't mean this in a bad way. You scare me, Cortez. I'm afraid of you.
And you are not the only one, mi amiga. I'm sorry, but whatever it is about me that mystifies you, it will have to stay a secret. There are things even you should not know.
Interesting way to
Gee,
phrase it.
Thanks. That really helped.
Perdóname.
Smart ass.
Perhaps later, when we are certain of what the future holds, okay? I think I can promise you that, Señorita Ryan. Later. But for now, we must speak of more important matters.
What happens now?
Like that.
The Mainstrom told you about the balance. About Stark and Arcadia.
A man named Tobias.
Do not put
He
your
was
weight on
called
that
the
part of your
Vestrum,
hand because it will hurt like hell.
Vestrum Tobias.
Oh, gee.
Tobias made Vestrum que bien good. I knew he would go far when I first met him years ago. He was just an instrument then, a student of the balance. But he was smart and resourceful.
up a little
So
bit.
you know what is going on with
So-
the balance.
Be in a more comfortable position because I am much taller than Fuzzy.
Guardian? That the Guardian was missing? And that the balance was failing. He said this would bring chaos
Now I
into
get to
both
breathe heavily
worlds.
into the mic and disturb everyone.
As we are already seeing,
Become Darth Vader.
your dreams, your nightmares, they are part of these.
Uh,
You sense chaos more keenly than most. But even they are beginning to notice that things are not as they should be.
I find it interesting
Like
that in the
last night.
subtitles it says more than what he
What about
actually
last
is
night?
talking about.
What
I
you
wonder, was
saw,
that what the line originally was
you
supposed to
were
be
not
and they
alone this
didn't
time.
actually
There were others.
record that, or
They
he
saw the
changed
same
it
thing.
at the time, or
Not nightmares anymore. Real.
was that just what
The
people thought the
first
logical end of the sentence would
damage
be?
chaos can do. The divide is being breached. It is not yet time for the worlds to be united.
God, my
A
hands
breach
hurt
could
that.
prove catastrophical.
Catastrophical?
So what do I do?
I've never heard of that
We
word.
must work together, April. I can't do it alone.
Catastrophic, catastrophe,
neither can you.
not catastrophical.
What exactly is it that we
Learn
have
something
to do?
new every day. Release new
4
words,
things.
like
We must
revengeance.
find the lost guardian. We must locate the gateway to his realm and the disc that is the key to his tower. And we must do what we can to curtail and defeat the Vanguard.
Interesting.
How are we going to find the Guardian?
By finding the key. No.
The moment he surrendered his throne and
Ow.
left his realm,
For some
he
reason,
stepped
laughing like
back
that
into
hurt my
our world.
collarbone.
This world, Stark. This is where he was born. And so this is where he must return to.
Interesting.
He could be anywhere, right?
I wonder if it's that one guy
This
that
city
she
has
sees
power, April.
as
Not magic,
her friend.
but the opposite of magic. And it draws people to it like flies to an open fire. All the pieces of the puzzle come together here. You, me, the Vanguard, the Guardian. I can guarantee
I doubt
that
it's
he's
him,
here.
but
But where exactly, I do not know.
I just cannot help but wonder
I
if it
think
is.
maybe the Vanguard do. I think they may have him.
Or, you know,
If they have him,
could
how
be
are
that
we
way.
going to get him back? Why do they need him? Why do we need
I like
him?
to think of other
He left his
possibilities.
realm,
And then they
but
immediately
he's the
prove me
last
wrong.
Guardian. And only he can open the doorway back to his realm
Such is
to
life.
let his successor through. The Vanguard knows this, but what they don't know yet is how to get there.
Interesting.
Who'd know about the
Wait,
gateway to
ear
the Guardian's
itches.
realm?
That I do not know. That knowledge wouldn't be here in Stark. You must go to Arcadia, study the books, talk with the minstrel and others who might know, but not yet. First, we must finish our mission here.
Yeah.
Where's the key to the Guardian's realm?
In Arcadia.
Oh, people, for future reference, if you ever get the
Two
hiccups, just
parts.
concentrate on
One
something.
is the disc
Whether it
itself,
be, you know,
the other is the four
not
jewels.
breathing, or
eyes
the
of
fact
the
that somebody
dragons.
just jump scared you or
That
something.
gives the disc the
Because
properties
it
of the
distracts your
balance
brain, making you
and
think that
makes it
something more
complete.
important is happening, so it stops the hiccups, essentially. Because it's like, oh,
Where is the disc?
the body's concentrating on
This
doing
was
this, so I
in the
need to do
care of
something
the
else.
Sentinel
But something
10,000
else
years
that
ago.
could threaten
In
the
the
host
beginning,
is
it was
happening,
kept
so
in
I
the
need to
open,
stop that and
displayed for all to
put my
see.
full attention on this
But
instead.
not anymore. Not
It's really
since
fun to think
thieves
about,
tried
but
to make away with it.
you know, just future reference to
They will know where it
anybody.
is. Tobias, Vestrum Tobias.
If you don't want to hold your breath or anything, you just concentrate on something.
Where are
It'll
the
do
four
it.
jewels?
Ah,
Like a game.
the eyes of the dragons. They are kept by the four dragons themselves.
That's
Two
better
in
if it's typically
Arcadia
something that
and
threatens
two in
you.
Stark.
Such as not
The
breathing or
white
being
dragon
scared.
has one, as does the
Because that
gold
snaps
one.
your attention immediately
These
away.
You must find yourself.
And yes, I am
I'll
paying
help you
attention
with
to what he's
yours.
saying. I'm just talking as well, and I'm sure that's annoying to people who are trying to listen to him when I'm talking
How
aloud
do we
about it.
defeat the Vanguard?
The Vanguard are strong here and growing stronger. Even in Arcadia, they are gaining a foothold. And with that dragon on a leash, the future looks quite bleak.
Those would be good right
How do
now.
you know so much about what's going on in Arcadia?
I am magical.
Voices whisper in my ear, señorita. Voices that I trust.
Or that.
You're saying the Vanguard are strong here. How come I haven't heard about them?
They don't go by that name here. Did you ever hear of the Church of Voltec?
You know, I would not be surprised if
Sure.
April immediately
They're-
assumed he was schizophrenic because of that comment.
Oh, that's the Vanguard?
See,
Then they're big. Very big. But why do they... Why assume a different name here?
Well, for one, people would know who they were
In
immediately
Arcadia,
from the other world.
They flaunt their philosophy.
Exactly.
They preach the destruction
But here
of
they
the balance
can't.
under the pretense of
If they tried to do
returning
that, they'd be
humankind to the
labeled a
glories of
cult.
the past.
Well, more
Here,
so. But
they cannot do that. So they have integrated themselves slowly but surely into society under the subterfuge of the New Age religion. And
Wow.
they've built a financial empire to match governments.
my entire spirituality is a
That
lie.
much money?
The Vanguard own multinational companies. They own planets, April. They
Wow.
own armies. All they need is the balance, and they will own everything. The twin worlds will be at their mercy.
I seriously love whoever the VA of
So
Cortez is.
we basically don't stand a chance, do we? Against an enemy like that.
If we hold at bay the forces of chaos, and if we ensure the natural continuation of the Guardian's role within the balance, then they will have lost.
How are we
I wonder
supposed
if
to
April's
fight this
VA
chaos
changes
you
throughout the
keep
games or if it
talking
remains the exact same VA.
You're the key,
I wonder if she's older in
You
the
have
other
the power
games or if
to
she's
shoot,
around the
yes.
same age.
but there's more to you than that. You are a child of the balance, and you, no,
We'll replace the
you'll have
Guardian.
to wait.
Fairly certain that's not
By
going to
just
happen given the
being alive,
information we
you
begin to find.
counter chaos. Without you, last night might have turned out much worse. That tiny breach might have been permanent.
Wow.
I didn't do anything.
You did by existing.
Imagine the power you wield when you really do something. Trust me on this, amiga. It's instinctive to you to fight chaos. You see it so clearly, and you will know what to do. You are most needed in Arcadia, where chaos is a part of reality. The tidal wave will hit there first, and unless it's subdued before it hits Stark full force, we'll never stand a chance. So you will have to travel to Arcadia after we are done here.
Yeah. I still have to worry about that
So that's
asshole
it?
who wanted to date for
Some
finding
Vanguard
you,
eyes,
though.
Find the Guardian, locate the entrance to his realm, and a 10,000-year-old disc and 4 dragon eye jewels. And,
You make it sound so
April,
easy.
Make sure you do battle with the physical manifestations of chaos along the way, because hey, that's your destiny.
I'm starting to like her a little
It's
more.
impossible, Cortez.
Her sarcasm
I
is
can't do these
entertaining to
things.
me.
I'm 18. I'm an artist. No, not even that. I'm nobody. You can't place all these responsibilities on my shoulders. I can't carry that much.
I will help you.
You
April.
grow into the role,
Others
and-
too. You're not alone.
as well as that.
I feel very alone, and I can't even tell anybody about this. Yeah, hi. How are you? I'm the chosen one. Can you help me save the world from evil and chaos?
There is no chosen one, April. There are only those who would and those who wouldn't. You have a choice between the two.
You said I had powers, that I wasn't like everybody else.
Doesn't mean you were chosen.
True, but you still have a choice.
As he
Prophecies
said.
can never unravel the will of a single human.
I know I phrased it in a
There
completely
were
different way,
many
but it meant the
possible
same thing.
paths. Unfortunately, most of the alternative paths have been blocked by
I cannot tell you yet.
circumstances beyond our control. The world
Basically, I
does
cannot
depend
tell you.
on but you have not been chosen. You choose for yourself what you are and what you will be.
Exactly.
What happens if I choose no, no way?
I was just curious as to what the response would be.
Fortune teller, nor am I a Vinar.
But not.
What will happen? Something else. That's all I can tell you. Something else.
Something else that might not
But
be
I'm sure
pleasant.
it won't be anything good. Not unless you agree to help.
But I can't do it. I'm not who you think I am. I'm not your savior. I don't have any magic powers. I'm just this girl. I'm just me.
That's how
The
everyone
choice is
starts
yours,
out.
April. As always, the choice is yours.
However, I'm going to push
It's
you
not
into
much of a
making this
choice,
other
is it?
choice.
For what it's worth. Perhaps not. Still, you need to come to the decision on your own.
The choice will have to be yes, let's save the world. Where do we start?
Here. in
Sorry, I
Newport.
keep clearing my throat.
We must find out about the Vanguard. Their headquarters are in this city.
Oh, is that the mystery door?
Do they have the Guardian under lock and key? What are their weaknesses?
So,
Once we've
it's either
done
the
that,
Vanguard is behind the
we must
mystery
travel to
door,
Arcadia.
or it leads to
I
where they
cannot go
are,
there. Besides,
or the
things to
Guardian
take
is stored
care
there
of.
for some bizarre reason, which it just seems kind of foolish to
Except,
do,
where the hell
considering
do I
it's
go to
literally
find
right
out the
there, but there
Vanguard?
is no
The
key
library? The
to
net?
actually get in.
Valuable information. is
So in a
what you
way,
find.
it's, you know,
Remember the painting I showed you yesterday?
a good thing.
Sure.
A good place to hide them out because it's hard to
Only
find
one.
the key, but
I
once
told
you
you
find
about
it, it's like,
this.
oh, right here. That was
Warren
easy.
is involved in a lot of activities that aren't exactly legal. He has connections. He can point us in the right direction.
Aren't exactly legal, eh?
All right. Okay. Where do I find him?
My
Please tell me
friend,
it's not him.
Father Raul at the
Okay,
Hope Street
thank God.
Cathedral. He's had some contact with the boy lately. Ask him.
I would really like to see more of the scenery
Did
than
you say
this.
Hope Street?
And I have no idea if it's recording with this
As
scenery.
in the most dangerous neighborhood in Newport?
There's an irony for you.
I don't usually follow the civic affairs of the city. I remember Hope Street when they first built it. A clean neighborhood.
That must have been a very long time ago.
Still,
Smart
I'm
ass.
sure you're safe. You're a girl, no? A self-respecting gentleman would never harm a girl.
Pardon me as I beat my face against
It's
the
the
mic.
self-respecting gentleman part I'm concerned about. Still, I can handle myself. Father Raul, was it?
Cortez, you do
Street
not know what it's
Cathedral?
like to be a woman. I mean, obviously you don't because you're a man, but still.
Right direction. Help you find Warren Hughes. When you're done tomorrow, we will meet up at the cathedral late in the afternoon. I need to speak with Raul as well.
Okay.
Ow.
Good.
Was that my jaw?
It's a plan then?
Enjoy yourself.
I wonder if that could be
tonight,
heard through the
Eva.
mic or if it was just through my
Who
head.
knows what the future may hold? Good night.
Oh god, I have to do the date with... What's it? Well, that's just weird. As he walks away, the screen expanded out to its normal hello.